I know. I was supposed to have been up here early, but I was sick. I wasn't feeling good. And consequently, I had to take some time off just to get right situated. I'm glad I did, though, because I got some news I want to discuss, some news I want to break down, some things I want to see, some things I want to improve. Watch out. The Dems are watching. Please do remember that the New Right Party channel and the New Red Party show is sponsored by patriots like you. And as long as you're sending these donations, it allows me to create the content that will continue to make these motherfuckers sick. As you were.
He's on fire!
First is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it. First is the family and my family entertainment and his team no sleep. Flossy high and yeah we made it. The haters keep on hating on the songs that we be making, and I heard they want my soul. Illuminati wanna take it.
CEO, bullshit, paying for the pussy, I endorse it, riding through the city, that's my all.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, because somewhere around the world, it is that fucking time. Now, people, you know how I am. You know how I give it up. I am not here to try to make myself seem like something I'm not. I'm not here to pick and choose sides. I'm here to tell you how the fuck I feel in the most earnest of ways. We got some celebrations, and then we need some correction done. And I'm going to get into that. Because I'm going to show you exactly how excuse me, people. I had to finish that last piece of pizza. It was good. I'm going to show you exactly how the Democrats have turned the inner cities and black inner cities into police states. Watch. Before we get to that, let's get into some other things.
At the populist revolt, you know, you were there, I was there, Newt was there. There are a lot of our so-called 23 years. Just
fact. Flowers have an immediate impact on happiness.
And to make sure you understand that I don't pick sides and I'm not out for favors, I don't have any favoritism. Today we're going to do a little talking about Brother Minister Farrakhan.
It's a scientific fact that bright, beautiful blooms lead to smiling, happy...
We got a lot of shit to talk about today. We
just want your voice.
Oh, Hannah, great show tonight. Thanks so much. I'm Laura Ingraham, and this is the Ingraham Angle from Washington. And ahead tonight, looking to exploit divisions in this country, yet another example tonight of how the left is using race to try desperately to drive voters to the polls in less now than 3 weeks. Herman Cain is here to react. You do not want to miss it. He's in studio. It's going to be fantastic. Plus, why is this man still being given a platform? Well, Dan Bongino will react to the latest anti-Semitic slur from the Nation of Islam founder, Louis Farrakhan, and why Twitter...
We're going to get into him, too.
...is allowing him to still use its platform. Plus, Raymond Arroyo for Seen and Unseen. He breaks down the tape from Trump's 60 Minutes interview and will tell us specifically why the GOP should be paying close attention. But first, meet the chairman. That's the focus of tonight's angle. I had a horrible dream last night. Now, one of those, wake up in a cold sweat types. The calendar read Wednesday, November 7th, and the Democrats had gained control of the House of Representatives. And the first, horrible vision I had was kind of blurry, but it was Maxine Waters, and she was talking about Justice Kavanaugh.
It was heartbreaking, but I think women are not going to recede. Women are going to continue to...
That black girl standing in front of this ugly bitch, and she got Maxi Pad Waters in front of her face looking completely fucking grotesque. This bitch is ugly, her breath smells just as bad as she looks, and this fucking brave little black girl is sitting there getting her hair singed and her face melted away as this ugly shit of a what the fuck is that alive talks in front of her face, the language that we understand as English.
Confront what took place in that confirmation and him.
It's like, you never trust a bitch with no eyebrows, man. When the bitch bone line structure is like here and her shit is here, but her eyebrows all the way the fuck up here, you just never trust a bitch whose facial expression is excited all the time. You wake up, it's excited. Can't trust that bitch. This bitch is too eager. And do you know that they want to give this bitch power over our money, over our investments? Would you trust this greedy, corrupt, decrepit, crypt keeper looking in the face bitch with your money, with your retirement funds? This bitch is crooked. Come the fuck on, people. This is the best they got to throw at us. This old bag of shit walking around in fucking wigs all fucking day long. And the only thing she can tell you is impeach 45. The bitch can't even do that. All they do is scream to you what the fuck they can't do and can't make happen. Empty fucking promises. You know, I got nieces and nephews. One of my nieces, she's getting too old now. She understands it. She's 11 now, I believe, 10, 11 years old. And now when they was kids, when they was small, when they was 5 and 6, and they wouldn't listen, I'd be like, I'm giving everyone an empty threat. Everyone better come sit down. When they didn't realize when they was kids, I was saying empty threat. Like nothing is going to happen. That's what the fuck these Democrats do. These fucking Democrats always throw empty fucking threats. Wait till we get to the president's approval ratings later in the show. Because I'm going to show you exactly how this shit is not fucking working. Every time I turn around, they're talking about systemic racism. Okay, it can't be by the Republican Party. The Republicans don't have blacks in their fucking constituents like you do. So if the majority of black people are being oppressed, it's got to fucking be by you. It's got to be by you. It fucking can't be by no one else. It's got to be by you. If the fucking white people that are around the fucking black people are fucking voting blue and denying them fucking jobs, it's got to be you. It's got to be the fucking culture you created, the environment you created, and you don't want to take responsibility for this shit. You don't want to do shit about it. You really want to fuck up everything for everybody everywhere else because of the shit you're doing in these fucking areas specifically. Using these fucking areas that you're fucking up as waypoints to start shit so you can say this is happening and now this affects the whole fucking country. Because your fucking inability to be real fucking Americans, you dirty fucking globalists. Every last one of you are a fucking insult to the fucking air I'm taking right now, man. And the shit is, poor people, not black people, but poor people. We're gravitating towards this inspiring message of hope and change that never fucking comes from these fucking animals. Shannon got me sick again. Shannon got me sick again.
And he won't rest easy in his job.
He's resting fucking pretty comfortable, if you ask me. How would she know how he gonna rest? How would she know? This bitch is dead. She hasn't slept in forever. This is what the fuck a zombie really looks like. Talk about creature's comfort. This creature is really fucking comfortable in this fucking hair hat, lying to this fucking poor little black girl with this pink microphone, having to stand there and have her fucking weave singed by the pure putrid breath that comes out of Maxi Pad, Maxi Waters, Maxi fucking Pad face. She looks like dried up minstrel blood on the always Maxi Pad thrown out a project window. You know exactly what type of bitch this is. This bitch don't ever, 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 ever say thank you to anybody. These motherfuckers walk around as if they themselves are fucking God, and only they can tell you how to fuck the thing, how to fuck the feel, and they want to control how the fuck you live.
No,
oh yeah, we early with the Rick James shit. It's not early in the morning. We in the fucking afternoon with it. All right, so fuck that. You definitely gonna get some Rick James today.
What does Auntie Maxine mean by that? He won't rest.
She got some fucking nerve to smile. If I was that ugly, I would never smile. My whole face would be like this. She should walk around with a mask on her face to cover this part of it, so other people aren't alarmed as how hideous this bitch is under it. And maybe she probably would get some people to want to vote for her when I had this crooked bitch doing something for him. Because in her appearance alone, no one would want to stand next to her and take a picture smiling. You would have to force that smile. I've never seen people stand next to manure really, really happy.
That's easy. It kind of sounds like an implicit threat to me. Or does she just mean impeachment? Or that the justice is going to be confronted at his home and public life, public places?
It's an indirect way of telling people go ahead and get shot.
Some kind of dog whistle to go after Kavanaugh? Similar to her earlier call to harass conservatives earlier this year? Well, soon she may be harassing all of America. If the Democrats wrest control of the House...
Candace sent the information. It's in my DM. I'm about to have you take care of it for me.
Representatives.
I didn't even get to see. I just
guess what?
Thing going on top.
Auntie M could be the first woman to lead the House Financial Services Committee.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you want this bitch in charge of the House's Financial Service Committee? Democrats don't even want this bitch in charge of it. Watch. I can't make it up.
Never mind that she once faced 3 ethics violations charges for setting up a meeting between Treasury officials and a bank her hubby sat on the board of. And
3. And you can never trust a man who will put his dick in that. He has absolutely no fucking morals, no fucking standards. This bitch didn't just turn ugly in old withering fucking age, dog. Okay? And black don't crack and they don't sag like this either. This bitch is fucked up. I'm telling you, listen. Even Black Mother Nature didn't want anything to do with this bitch. Black Mother Nature has felt her. Okay? She just is wrinkled and fucked up as the old liberals that she hangs with, people. I'm telling you. Name one. Listen, man, I don't know no fucking black women look this fucking ugly, man. This bitch is just fucking sagging on herself. She got skin sagging on skin, sagging on skin, man. And then she always wears a fucking something on her neck to try to take away from the fact that this bitch got so many indentations in her neck. It looks like a topological graph of the fucking Rocky Mountains of Colorado. If the bitch took her head and did like this, right now, from the picture I have paused, it would look like the whole Rocky Mountains or the fucking California fault line going through her. Look at that shit. Look, this bitch got the Thanos chin. She got the Thanos chin. I'm telling you, this bitch chin is wrinkled. I've never in my fucking life met someone with a fucking wrinkled chin like this. Of course, you know the cleft chin is a cleft chin, but a wrinkled chin? This bitch got 3 wrinkles in her chin. This bitch is looking up at her fucking hat right now, afraid it's gonna come off. No fucking plans whatsoever. Barack Obama was the greatest thing that ever happened to the Democratic Party. He was smart, he was intelligent, he was charismatic, and he knew how to fuck to sell you out. These people do not know how to. They double down on fear as if black and poor people are pussy. We not pussy. Poor people have been dealing with the most shit forever. Forever. You always pick on us. The most fucked up shit happens to poor people. You're sitting here warning us about Donald Trump, telling us he's going to start the next new world war, and the fucking world is at peace. You telling us Donald Trump is a fucking racist, he's a fucking racist, but he's been begging for you cocksuckers to come sit in front of him so he can fucking sit down and get some fucking deals done that would help. But I know why you don't want us liking Donald Trump. I know why you don't want us asking Donald Trump for help. Because if he intercedes in the wicked shit that you've been fucking doing to us and stopping this shit and putting a fucking end to this shit, it will show that it's something that you've done on purpose. Something that you continuously done on purpose that you could have fixed a long time ago. And I promise you on my soul, I cannot wait to Turning Point USA. It's over for you Democrats. It's over. You're never going to find anything more authentic than what's in front of you right now. No black person can sit in front of me and argue voting for a Democrat in good conscience. I'm going to make them look real fucking stupid. I don't got to attack them. I don't have to disrespect them. I'm going to put plain facts in front of them they will never argue against. They won't even have the opportunity to. What they do is they put black liberals, predominantly female, or males that come from single parent homes by a female, so they can go in with this non-aggressive approach to their own freedom. They're passive when talking about their own fucking freedom. They're passive. They're not angry when it comes to their children's freedom. They're more concerned with acquiring wealth. If you hear someone typing very, very hard in the background, that is Shannon. Typing very hard in the background. She's angry. We are angry. The Democrats, with all jokes aside, people, have been begging blacks to destroy them for years. And blacks have been just falling in line and lining up. And not just blacks, poor whites too. Poor whites too. Poor whites are being forced to live in the same conditions as blacks. It's just different areas. And then when they put the two together, they're finally realizing that there's no fucking difference between you and I. And they've been putting us against each other for the fucking longest. I like chicken, you like chicken. I like to drink and chill and relax, and you like to drink and chill and relax. You love your family, I love my family. I don't like chicken. But you know what I'm saying. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That the things that they tell you we do not have in common, we actually have in common. And the reason why a bunch of black people are so upset and so angry is because they have been denied the American dream. The American dream, first and foremost, is the right to fucking protect yourself. And the only thing blacks in this country have been doormats for the fucking Democrats that they can walk on, scrape their fucking feet on, and disregard, and treat like fucking animals, destroy their fucking neighborhoods, and every 4 years, they get to point at other white people and tell them that it's them that is doing it. It's not us.
And had large investments in. But Maxine thinks she's Teflon, so she just keeps on making threats.
To fly out?
I'm going to keep saying that we need to impeach him. Join with me. Let's him.
My name. No. Yes, my name.
I'll
introduce myself when I get on stage in the thing.
45. If
you
he
can put
thinks,
a.k.a. Tony X. Buy it if you want. If you have space to do that, you can do that. That way it can be put there like that.
He can stop me from talking about impeach 45. He had another thought coming.
This bitch look like crayons melted on top of shit. Fuck you. You think I'm playing? You think I'm playing? This bitch look like diarrhea, a pile of dog diarrhea with a melted red crayon on it.
her hubby sat on the board of and had large investments in. But Maxine thinks she's Teflon, so she just keeps on making threats.
That bitch looks like wet dog shit with a fucking wig and a melted crayon on fucking top of it. That bitch, that's not even her teeth. Those aren't even her teeth. There isn't one thing real about this bitch on television right now, except for the fact that she really wants to destroy this country. She really wants to take away your right to be free. Your right to be able to whoop your kid ass if your kid need their ass whipped. That's right, I'm gonna fucking say it. I'm not here to pick and choose what side sounds right. I'm telling you what the fuck is right. It's my fucking kid. I'm responsible for this kid. I'm not gonna have my kid running around outside breaking up fucking property and doing dumb shit like that. See, what they did was, these pieces of shit removed the man from the home. Doesn't matter what color he is, if you're in a Democratic city, it ain't nothing nice for you if you're a fucking man. They remove your ass from the home, from the picture, and let a female raise these kids by their fucking self where they will have no fucking control whatsoever over the fucking kid. It takes two people to raise a child. That's why it takes two people to create one. Okay? It takes two fucking people to raise a child. That's why it takes two fucking people to make one. They have these fucking kids outside with no fucking home training, no fucking respect, no fear for authority, breaking shit the fuck up, and then going home or getting arrested. Then they fucking mom, who's poor anyway, gotta go get their dumb ass out of jail. And they can't even fucking afford to do so. Family court and all type of dumb shit. While dumb bitches like this get to sit there and take her fork and her knife and cut into her fucking T-bone steak and sit there at beautiful fancy fucking restaurants eating the fucking finest or whatever the fuck she want without a fucking care in the world. While your asses have to put food in fucking deep freezers and hold and vacuum seal that shit so it's fucking fresh a month later, because who the fuck knows how the fuck it could turn out for you when living under a Democratic fucking rule in their fucked up economy system. They don't even make shit right for you, people. When I get off the plane in Denver, I have to get off the fucking plane to get on a fucking train to get to a fucking bus or to a bus that will drop me off in the middle of nowhere to take me to another fucking bus to get to my car. If you go to the airport of New York City, you can't just go in through one part of security and then find the airline in which you have to. No, you got to find your specific side to be on. And you got to go through there. And that's how you go through where you got to go through. There's always something complicated when you are living in a democratic state or city. I want to play something because it kind of got me a little upset watching it. And I want to get to this and I want to talk about this and then we'll backtrack and then we'll talk about the economies and the numbers. Because it's hard for me to not bring this up, okay? There was a cop in Columbus, Ohio, and the Fox News team made it a big deal that he didn't accidentally shoot kids for carrying a BB gun. I have a real problem with this. I have a problem with the police officer who was overly aggressive when talking to a 13 and 11-year-old boy, first and foremost. I have a problem with the fact that a call saying that a black man has a gun has a cop feeling as if he has to go kill someone or be prepared to kill someone when it is your fucking right as a United States citizen to have a gun. Yet where blacks live, it is police states. The Democrats have set up policies to make it illegal to be black and own legal firearms. Yet and still, a BB gun is a legal toy that kids use and have. I don't know what the fuck is happening to this country. What the fuck happened to this country? A BB gun is a fucking toy. You are legally able to have. You can buy them for your children. Even go hunting with them to shoot small game. Now, of course, these children, parents should have been around when these children had these BB guns. One was 11, but one was 13 years old. At 13 years old, I believe you should be able to play with a BB gun. I don't think that it should be cause for an officer to come feeling as if he needs to go shoot someone. This is a problem that we have only in democratic states. Because no one in a fucking conservative state would have called and said a black man has a gun. Because the cop on the line would have said, okay, and is he threatening someone with it? Is he pointed at someone in a threatening way? Can you say that? Can you say that? No, I can't. Then we're not going to go send someone over there because it's his legal fucking right to do so. Why? Because in conservative fucking states and cities, it is imperative that you have your fucking right to protect yourself.
It was a BB gun, but things could have ended tragically. And
I don't appreciate Fox News for this. This is the reason why I'm not for everything they do. I'm not. But this also does opens the eye. It does the job of opening the eye of individuals being able to see. And let me break this shit down to you, people, because this is not how cops are supposed to talk to kids, man.
And it turned into a very important life lesson for those young boys. Take a look.
No, it did. And I'm going to tell you why. What it turned to right after this officer did what he did. And I love the police officers that do their jobs correctly. I love them for doing their jobs correctly. But I'm going to show you when doing your job wrong hits home. And I'm going to show you how they just put this shit on national television and fucked it up more for fucking conservatives and other Republicans. Because one, this is a fucking democratic issue. And they had the ability to put this shit in front of Black America and show you what the fuck is going on and then ask him about why he had to be so overly aggressive. Or why, when it's your fucking right to do so, is it necessary for cops to go check it out when you're fucking black? Listen.
Look.
That thing looks real, bro.
I'm so sorry.
You should be sorry, and you should be scared. Do you think...
He shouldn't be sorry, and he shouldn't be scared. You should not see a police officer and be scared when seeing a police officer. You should not be seeing a police officer and be afraid when seeing a police officer, and you shouldn't be afraid when the police officer now knows that he has a toy in his fucking hands. First.
Do you think I want to shoot an 11-year-old? Do you think I want to shoot a 13-year-old?
That is not something you discuss with children. That's something you discuss with their parents. If you as an officer feel that these children could have been hurt, you could have said, where do you live? Then you could have took these children to their residence. You could have handed the adult in the home the firearm. You could have said, paint this shit pink. Paint it orange. And then you pull the adult to the side. But you don't disclose to fucking children that they came this close to having their lives fucking exterminated in front of each other. That's not the thing you tell children. This is where policing is getting fucked up. You take these children to their home, you give the fucking BB gun to the adult, and you tell them, do not let them come back outside without having the tip of this either orange or pink. Period. Or I'm going to come back here and I'm going to give you a summons. I'm giving you a lawful order. And I'm telling you that this is endangering the welfare of minors. Simple and plain. We're going to keep going.
Do I honestly look like the type of dude that wants to shoot anybody? But do I look like the type of dude that will shoot somebody? All right.
Do I look like the type of dude that wants to shoot anybody? No, sir. But do I look like the type of dude that will shoot somebody? Yes, sir. This is not a question that you fucking ask a fucking 13-year-old and a fucking 11-year-old. And you wonder why Black America's upset. You wonder why they keep blaming cops for shit. This is not the proper way of policing children. Because if that was me, and he would have came to an adult and I had my BB gun on me, or a BB gun on me, or whatever the fuck, and he would have been like, I could have shot you first, and I'd have been like, you would have been wrong. You would have been wrong. You would have been wrong, and you would have been wrong, and you would have had to pay for the mistake. If I would have lived, you would have never had a job. You don't tell children that you would have taken their lives for something that they legally have the fucking right to do. Not in democratic cities.
Right. Regardless of what people say about the dudes wearing this uniform, okay, we care. The last thing...
That is honest. That is actually honest. But the way he handled this was very fucking poor.
Thing I ever want to do is shoot an 11-year-old man. Because your life hasn't even gotten started yet.
And I honestly believe him when he said that as well. I honestly believe that when he said that as well. But I don't like the way that he handled this. And the reason why it felt okay for him to handle it this way is because this is the general perception of people that are around African Americans. Whenever you are in liberal cities, they do not see you as a fucking citizen. Your rights have been removed. I honestly believe that he didn't want to shoot kids. But I honestly feel like he was overly aggressive. Those are things you do not inform children that you can do to them. As a fucking cop, you're making them afraid of you. You could have went in there and said, hey, dude, this shit looks crazy. And you could have actually been hurt, not killed. You don't say that to kids, man. You don't make them afraid of you, man. This is not good police work. I don't like the fact Fox made a good police work. You don't make them afraid of you, man. This is why little black boys say fuck the police instead of I want to become one. This is the reason why little black boys say I don't want to talk to police instead of saying I have something I need to tell you. Fear does not gain trust. Honesty does. You don't have to completely tell him that you could die. Listen, dude, this looks really real, man. And you could have been hurt, man. Somebody else could have seen this and thought something else, and they probably could have taken something in their hands and made a bad decision, man. Hey, where do you live at? Oh, I live right over there. Take me to your parent real quick. Then you go to the parent and you talk to the adult, and you tell the adult exactly what the fuck could have happened. But why the fuck is it okay for cops to get a call in liberal cities and hear that blacks have a firearm and feel as if somehow that they have to go kill a black person? It's because the general idea is that blacks aren't supposed to have guns in democratic fucking areas. I feel bad for cops that have to find themselves policing inner cities that liberals run.
And it could have ended. Right. Because I wouldn't have missed.
You see what I'm saying?
I could kill.
Listen to me. Listen to what he's saying, people. This is too much, man. This is too much.
In the video that we wanted to save the kid's identity, so we
will say about the dudes wearing this uniform.
Listen,
okay?
The same way he bigs up law enforcement, in the same breath, he's gonna crush it. Listen to how he handles this.
We care. The last thing I ever want to do is shoot an 11-year-old man. Because your life hasn't even gotten started yet. And it could have ended. Right. Because I wouldn't have missed. I could have killed you. I want you to think about that tonight when you go to bed. You could be gone.
That's not something you tell children. That's not something that the news posts and makes it seem as if this guy's a hero because he didn't make a mistake. It's his job not to make mistakes. There are cops out there arresting bad guys, being shot in the line of duty. I applaud this officer for doing, a good job of not shooting kids innocently, but this doesn't make you a hero. You could be gone. I want you to go to bed at night and think about this. This is not how you address children. It's not. It's not. I don't give a fuck who thinks I'm wrong. It's not. This is not how you address children. This is not how you talk to children. This is not how you converse with them. This is not how you make them unafraid of the police department. This was the greatest time in history for this officer to turn these two black boys into future cops and the future officers. This was his opportunity to make these boys understand the importance of their safety. But yet and still, he did not do that. If I was one of these little boys being black, I would be fucking afraid. And for the rest of my life, I would think about how I could have died. Children are not supposed to have that issue to think about, people. I'm dead serious, man. Look at your 11-year-old, your 13-year-old. Do you think that they... Look at them. Do you think that they are worrying about living or dying? But too many black kids are. The democratic cities are fucking police states. I don't think this cop is a bad cop. I just think that this cop handled this very, very wrong. And he needs to be talked to not reprimanded. I don't think that he did anything wrong aside from being overly aggressive. I think that there are some things that he could have done, that he could have handled this a whole lot better, and it could have had a different impact on these individual lives. But I can tell you, as a young black man and hearing this, and if I was them hearing it at that age, I would fucking dislike cops. I would dislike cops. Why can I not play with my BB gun? Why would you want to shoot me for having it if I can have it? I never was a stupid kid. So if I knew I had a BB gun, I know I can have it. So why would you kill me for something that I can have? He didn't explain anything to them. Except for the fact that he could have and would have killed them, and he wouldn't have missed. Let me get back over here, because we got Farrakhan to deal with. We got a lot of shit to talk about today.
Keeps saying that we need to impeach him. Join with me. Let's impeach 45. If he thinks he can stop me from talking about impeach 45, he had another thought coming. Impeach 45.
We're going to get to the 4,000 plus people that want to come here that won't be able to get here.
Impeach 45.
That's my ringtone, by the way. It's so... I always want to avoid it. And this is another man who shares Maxine's impeachment fantasy. If the Democrats sweep to power, Jerry Nadler would become chairman of the Judiciary Committee. He's already sharpening his knife, or fork and knife, for Kavanaugh.
We would have to investigate any credible allegations, certainly of perjury and other things that haven't been properly looked into before. If he is on the Supreme Court and the Senate hasn't investigated, then the House will have to.
Now, with all that's facing America, all our potential, do we really want a prolonged inquisition of a sitting Supreme Court justice? The last and only time the House impeached a Supreme Court justice was in 1804. So you ready for Kavanaugh Circus Part 3? Well, unless Senator Spartacus becomes a lion tamer, I'm going to pass on that three-ringer. Then there's Massachusetts Congressman.
It's another thing I don't like that the news media is doing. They're focusing on fear instead of promoting the wins. Let's not talk about fear of what the Democrats can do. Let's talk about the fact that they can't do it and we've been winning. You're taking the page out of the liberal playbook and you're promoting fear. And when you promote fear, it's not going to work because the people are fearless. That's why they picked Donald Trump. You have to break down the wins, people. Stay focused on the wins, people. If you're telling people how they're winning, they won't want to lose that. That's what they will think about. The winning. You have to tell them how they're winning. You're all wrong by telling them what they'll lose. They will know what they will lose if you tell them how they are winning.
Richie Neal. He's poised to become the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. And if that happens, forget the idea of making those Trump middle-class tax cuts permanent. Neal was a fierce opponent of the Trump tax package and is expected to try to roll back some of those tax cuts. There goes our economic boom. And then there's Maryland's Elijah Cummings. He's in line to become chairman of the Oversight and Government Reform Committee. His mission? To investigate the Trump administration's 7 Ways to Sunday.
I want to look at what President Trump has done.
Imagine having a personal camera store. At Borrow Lenses, you can rent professional photo and video gear from our amazing solution.
Aided and abetted by the Republicans in Congress to tear down the foundations of our democracy.
Well, that's all. Well, Cummings is already on record as saying he'd like to probe Trump's cancellation of security clearances, the 2020 census, the rights of federal employees, and the president's treatment of the press. Now, these frivolous partisan investigations would cost millions and, of course, achieve Zippo. But they would certainly serve the Democrats' goal of paralyzing the president and his administration in a blizzard of probes and inquiries.
Do you see that?
And my friends, it won't end there.
Do you see what I'm saying? The only thing they keep posting and putting in your face is what you're going to lose when they need to promote how you're winning, man.
If Peter DeFazio becomes the Transportation Committee chairman, he's planning to do oversight of the Trump International Hotel and the Government Services Administration, which is the agency that gave Trump a lease for the old post office building in D.C. where the hotel is. And if money is power, Congresswoman Nita Lowey of New York is about to become the queen of the House. She could head the powerful Appropriations Committee.
So you gonna let this old bitch, who was cool with giving away everything because she ain't got to work for shit, give away everything that you have? I hope not.
Charge of spending.
I hope not. I hope not. That's the reason why I'm tired of them promoting what we're going to lose, because then this is the shit I got to critique and break down. Tired of breaking this shit down. They're fucking losers. They've done nothing but fucking lose. How can we not see it? We see it. Everyone and their fucking mother sees the shit.
Adam Schiff could restart the Russia investigation. Elijah Cummings at over...
Okay, why restart the Russian investigation when you've had close to 4 years of a Russian investigation? Is that not enough? So are you implying that Mueller didn't do his job or that Mueller is incompetent? It's one of the two. It's either Mueller is on the Russian take now with Trump or Mueller is incompetent. There's no end with these fucking people, man.
Oversight will have subpoena power. You know, Maxine Waters will be the head of the Committee on Financial Regulation.
Like, and she's saying that shit, and she's having to fight the feeling of knowing that that's not the thing she wanted to say.
You're just, you know, the House Ways and Means Committee will be able to obtain Trump's tax returns. It's going to be a completely different environment in terms of the ability to hold them accountable for all these.
Hold what accountable for what? How about we hold you motherfuckers accountable? I cannot fucking wait until Turning Point USA. These fucking devils have another fucking thing coming to them. It is over for that ass. Over. It's over, man. It's over, man.
Outrageous.
For the MSNBC crowd, it's like Christmas morning. But for America, it would be the nightmare we cannot allow to become a reality. If this band of liberal misfits and radicals takes the reins of power in the House come November, it'll be scary.
It's fair.
Scarier than Halloween, only the trick will be on the American people.
But listen to what the
and the treats,
says. I love this part of this
they'll
segment.
be given away to someone else.
I love this part of this segment.
And that's the angle. Joining me now to discuss is Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy, author and syndicated columnist Michelle Malkin, and Dr. Dina Grayson, who ran for Congress as a Democrat in 2016.
Look at this fake-ass smile this bitch puts on her face.
All right, Congressman Duffy, which of your Democratic colleagues are you most concerned about if they end up getting the House?
I got to tell you, Laura, that was a frightening rundown of a nightmare for conservatives. So for me, the one that I'm the most afraid of is Maxine Waters on financial services. That's my committee. And listen, it's not a C committee. This is an A committee in the House. We have banking, housing, insurance, the Federal Reserve. So we affect your bank rates, your insurance rates.
This bitch, Maxie Pad Waters, you got to know that she's dumb as fuck, man. Yo, I don't think that if she took the GED test, she would pass it. Honest to God. I bet money. 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 I bet my solid gold Rolex that if she sat down and if she took a GED test with no one helping her, she'd fail it. This bitch is not smart. This bitch is evil. Being evil and having the opportunity to be evil and do evil shit doesn't make you intelligent.
Rates, everything we do, your 401k, your retirement, this committee touches, and Maxine Waters, the leader of...
I bet every Rolex that I have. I bet every Rolex that I have that she would fail.
You know, the impeach Trump.
Look how ugly and fucking despicable this bitch look. It is an insult that they... Oh my God.
Movement will chair this committee, and I think what you'll see is rates will rise, for banks on the insurance side and across this space. So that's number one. But number two, I would look at Adam Schiff. I think it's so important that we find out what was going on inside the FBI and the DOJ. Devin Nunes has been a dog on a bone trying to figure out who the bad actors were. Devin will lose that seat. Adam Schiff
will cover it up. Adam Schiff with this little black bitch standing next to him that's selling out with all them fucking racist white men by her. They don't give a fuck about her dumb ass. Has never done shit for black people. He doesn't have a record of doing shit for black people. Hillary Clinton went and picked this bitch as her running mate so these two bitches could run together to continuously fuck you over. No one knows who the fuck this piece of shit is. No one. He has no fucking record whatsoever of helping middle class and poor Americans. Came out of the fucking blue. And we're supposed to believe him.
Will scrap that investigation, and we'll never know the partisanship in politics in the lead up to 2016.
You coming with me to get the tires done for the car? Tires gotta get done for the car.
And how that transitioned into the Mueller investigation.
I'm asking you to come with me. What you're saying?
That's still going after Trump today.
All right, Michelle Malkin, you heard my nightmare scenario. What is your most nightmarish vision of how this could go down and what people, voters across the country, must be focusing on 20 days before this election?
Watch the spin.
Well, I think that you should take that Meet the Chairman graphic and replace the caption with Legion of Democratic Doom. These are the worst
of the
far left super villains. And it does leave a chill up my spine. And I think it should drive every independent and Republican voter, every fair-minded voter out there to the polls on November 6th. And as Congressman Duffy pointed out, the idea of Maxine Waters, one of the worst and most unethical corruptocrats, a Beltway barnacle who has squeezed so much out of her position of power for her own professional and personal benefit. The idea of her in charge of financial services when she is someone who even came under criticism by liberal Barney Frank for her cronyism of color with One United Bank and stimulus funny business.
And I told you when we looked at this bitch's financial backers, what was there? The banks. The banks is who's funding this bitch.
You talk about a culture of corruption, which of course is the name of a book I wrote in 2009. And I think it really behooves Republicans to turn that phrase and do political jujitsu so people know exactly how the swamp is going to affect them if we let this blue wave rise. The thing is, it is not an inevitability that this blue wave is going to hit. And what people need to know, Laura, is that if they do not drain the swamp and use their voices and vote.
See, this is what I don't like either, right? Then it's like they create a name, right? They create a name, and the name is called the blue wave. See, Democrats are smart. This is the reason why the fucking Republicans need to get fucking smarter, all right? They create a phrase called blue wave. But mind you, this phrase is not a phrase new to inner cities. That's poor people, black people, white people, Chinese people. It don't fucking matter, Indian people. Everybody in the inner city know what the wave mean. The wave. They know what the wave mean. That's a term. That's a term used. That's a slang used. A common slang used. They use shit to appeal to younger kids. That way it should sound cool saying it. And by her regurgitating it, and I love Michelle to death, but by her regurgitating it and say blue wave, all this other shit, I wouldn't even give that shit a name, man. I'll call that shit the blue trickle. You feel me? I would call it the blue trickle. There's nothing going on over there. But I wouldn't make it the blue wave. I wouldn't call it the blue. I wouldn't give it that much power. Because they don't do that with us. They do not do that with us. They down talk everything that we have. The Proud Boys, hey, it doesn't matter they have black members. They're fucking racist. They're racist. We don't get no fucking sunlight on fucking liberal networks at all, period. No respect whatsoever. So when they start their little terms and their little words and phrases, because they have a think tank, people. They got a group of people that are coming together to try to find what the next new thing is, because they go by popular votes. They go by people liking what they say. They don't go by doing shit for policies and doing shit to make people better. They go by shit that people want to hear that sounds cool, and they have a bunch of people thinking and putting it together. And the moment you keep regurgitating the shit that these fuckers put together and thought and put together, you give it more fucking power when it doesn't even have it in the first place. Or can I get an amen?
We are all going to drown in it.
All right, Dean, I'm sure you have a lot to say about what we just heard from our other guests, but Adam Schiff in the Washington Post a few days ago said the following: there are serious and credible allegations the Russians may possess financial leverage over the president, including perhaps...
And you mean to tell me that they've never found out? All the years of having his phone tapped, having spies under him and everything else, they've never found out? They haven't found out yet? Then you're going to hear this bitch try to throw some shit out there and try to make Donald Trump fucking guilty? Watch.
Perhaps the laundering of Russian money through his businesses. It'd be net.
And you know what's sad? That if they started to hold these people liable, because see, if I was Trump, most of these people don't have the financial money. They don't have the financial ability to be in court dealing with being sued for defamation of character. And Trump does. Trump does. And Trump has a fucking league of conservative, young lawyers that would do this shit pro bono for him. I would sue every last one of these motherfuckers. I would make them exhaust so much fucking resources in court fees and so on and so forth that they will never ever again utter a word of about anyone that they cannot prove themselves emphatically. The news have changed grotesquely. At one point, there used to be journalism. They started smoking them, a.k.a. killing them motherfuckers off. Then they started to buy them off. The CIA started to implement their own little secret cohorts inside of the media and started to use them to start to promote the propaganda of this new world order bullshit. Giving you the idea that somehow being free in a country that you really have control in isn't true freedom. And somehow you need to give that shit to the same white motherfuckers that have been killing your ass off since they had the chance to. Are you serious?
Negligent to our national security not to find out. Do you really think, Dina, that's what Americans are clamoring for in 2018, 2019?
Well, Laura, look, you said it earlier.
If you're a real liberal, if you're a real Democrat, now's the time to change and become conservative. You know why? Because if you could stand with a party that once personified racism, that once was the pure cause for the hatred of blacks in this country, then you yourself is racist. How could you not know the history of this party and choose to stand with it? Then you'll use the excuse, but the party's changed. How so? How so when Republicans are nowhere near you and the only white people you allow to come next to you are Democrats? And it seems that you have been oppressed ever since slaves have gained their freedom. Or rather, fucking fought for it. No one gave us shit, stupid. The idea of them, you thinking someone is giving you something, got your stupid ass getting ready to be tossed in fucking ovens. And that oven is on preheat, motherfucker. All they've been doing is buttering and fattening your ass up, glazing you the fuck over, getting your ass prepared to go to fuck in that oven.
You know, about the radicals and miscreants in government right now. And what Americans want is an honest government. They want to know that the leader of our country is not beholden to a hostile foreign nation such as Russia. And there's overwhelming evidence.
Russia ain't gonna do shit. And all they keep talking about is Russia, 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 Russia. They never talk about China. You know why? Because they sold your ass out to China. That's the reason why Google is working with the Chinese. You mean to tell me somebody who has all of the information of almost all of the citizens in this country is allowed to work with a whole foreign nation? And we don't even have track of what it is that they're doing? Are you kidding me? This bitch is talking about Russia, 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 Russia. And we've given them 4 fucking years? Yeah, 4 years, bitch. 2 years of this administration's first 2 years, and 2 years prior to him even becoming fucking president. Bitch. How much more investigations we got to pay for? Mueller doesn't even want to release his findings to the public. Because publicly, he doesn't want to fucking tell you that he ain't found shit.
That Trump has been laundering money for the Russians for decades.
Really?
For decades.
Overwhelming,
and Felix Sater.
Overwhelming evidence? Tick off 3 examples of the overwhelming evidence.
Well, let's just start with Felix Sater. Felix Sater has been laundering Russian money for the Russian mob for decades, was Trump's business partner, had an office in Trump Tower, got Trump's personal lawyer. So is that the
standard that you set? I just want to understand this, because I'm a lawyer and I did a lot of white-collar criminal. So someone who has an office in your building, you are then responsible for every transaction and everything he's done? Because I got to say, Dina, you're a smart person. I know you ran for Congress. You probably wish you were running this time around, not 2016. But that's the kind of like just smear job that I think people are just fed up with. They tried to do it to Kavanaugh with a smear job with literally no corroborating evidence. And now you say something on national television. I mean, God bless you. That is just like ridiculous. There is no factual foundation on that.
That is not true, Laura. That there is factual foundation. And in fact,
what business interest does Donald Trump have in Russia over the last 3 years? What business interest does he have? Or 5 years?
What interest does Russia have in Trump? Okay, what they have been doing is buying. Look at Trump Soho. Trump Soho, 70% of the units were bought in cash transactions with anonymous LLCs.
Let me explain to you why Trump, they use LLCs, anonymous LLCs. Because if you buy something and use your name on Trump's property, currently right now, you don't even want people to know. That's first and foremost. Second, major real estate companies, they go in and they purchase most of the units first. So then they can do a subletting out for the apartments. This is how they make money on top of it in New York City. The shit is, she's not from New York City. So she wouldn't know nothing about it. Not a fucking thing. But the bitch gets to talk to you about Trump Soho. Normally, when people are building large apartment buildings and complexes, you have thousands of units. Okay? Thousands. Let's talk about the World Trade Center, the new one. It was hard for them to sell space, to lease space out, because a lot of hedge funds and other companies that do purchase these units didn't want to invest in it. These funds are by people who are playing on the stock market, and they're expecting a return on the investment. So they go in, they purchase the apartments, and then they can either sell the apartments to make a small gain on what it is they invested, or they can actually use it for long-term investments, because the people will have to pay out incredible sums of money for these apartments. But she wouldn't know that, because she's a dumb bitch. No one stopped this bitch from talking. No one stopped it. That's what I'm saying. This is why I need to beat this up. Like, shut up.
That is a hallmark of money laundering. That is a flashing red light.
Okay, then
No, it's not. It's not, bitch. The only flash of red is the flush in your face, because you're the only motherfucker on this panel right now who wants to fucking be a loser.
I go to Toronto. Spend some time in Toronto, Dina, because every building in Toronto, all these buildings are going up, and Sean, I'm sure you've seen them if you've been up there. People are just dumping money in real estate because it's a safe haven to build and.
Now playing free on Curious.
So she answered it, but she didn't actually answer. She didn't actually answer it the way I feel she should have answered it. There's a better and more reasonable explanation for what just occurred, and she could have easily answered it without coming off as if she didn't actually directly take what she said and prove her wrong.
New York, or buy real estate in Paris or Moscow. People are doing it all over the world, and especially the Chinese. Duffy, I want to go to you, because I think what we're seeing here is the Democrats taste it. They taste in what they believe is an inevitable rush in the House of Representatives of power and authority to kind of get back for the last 2 years and the embarrassment of 2016. And they do have a lot of drive right now. They have some wind at their backs. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm. And the mistake they're making is they're actually showing their colors. These leaders that you put on the board, these aren't moderates. These are not blue dog Democrats. These are the radicals. We're going to have the leaders of the Kavanaugh mob outside the Capitol. We're going to give them gavels in the House of Representatives. And in places like mine in Wisconsin, what's going to happen is the swing voters in rural Wisconsin that can go Republican or Democrat, they look at who these people are and what their agenda is and how anti-Trump it is and how pro-Trump or how pro-America Donald Trump has been. They're gonna say, I don't want that. I'm gonna still go Republican. And you're gonna see Democrats be shocked because their agenda doesn't resonate with the American people in places like Wisconsin.
All right, Michelle, final word.
Yeah, it really is the jobs versus mobs midterm. And, if Dr. Grayson were honest, she would acknowledge that there has been a referendum on the very agenda that she's laid out. And her own husband, who is really, I think, the godfather of Democratic mobism. Somebody who accused Republicans of being likened to Al-Qaeda. Somebody who hounded peaceful.
My baby loves you, Michelle.
Republicans who were meeting in a Perkins restaurant, one of the most unhinged.
And look how she sits there with the dumb face. Look how this bitch sits there now with the dumb face. This white man sitting next to Michelle, sitting there like, get that bitch. And he got to get that bitch smirk on some, I'm the cool, get that bitch.
Hinged members of Congress that came under criticism by other Democratic leaders for how out of control he was rejected just a couple of months ago. And so if you think that Russia, impeach is going to get the Democratic Party anywhere, why don't you look at you and your husband's own political fate? I hope that is the fate, too, on November 6th.
All right, Dana's got to respond to that, Dana.
Well, look, the reality is the biggest issue.
Hey, but wait, look. Bitch. You had all that time to be prepared to come in with a quick opening. And you had to, but wait. Look at Michelle's face. Smirk. Dumb bitch.
That Americans do care about, you're right, is not Russia. It's healthcare. And let's face it, the Republicans stink about healthcare. And everyone's touched by healthcare. The Republicans want to cut the pre-existing condition. They want to take away healthcare from Americans. And that's not what Americans want.
That's the goal.
So I look forward to Democrats being in charge of the House.
Won, Dana. I mean, Donald Trump won by saying, I want to take away everybody's health care. If our health care system hadn't been screwed up by Obamacare, we wouldn't have to be dealing with this carnage right now. That's the sad thing. I mean, we have to pick up the pieces of a failed rollout of Obamacare. But the
CRTV.
idea that
tell you we got a lot of things happening, a lot of things about to happen, y'all. And don't think I ain't taking you deplorable motherfuckers with me, baby.
The country is thinking Donald Trump wants to take away.
Baby, it's not me without you. You better love you, baby. Love you.
It's just ridiculous. I mean,
but Laura, more
Democrats have got to come to the table with more. You've got to come to the table with solutions. How are you guys going to grow the economy by 4.2%? You're not. I appreciate it. Panel, thank you so much. I want to return now.
I just want to say to Laura Ingham, okay, I just want to say to you, Laura, that I love you, okay? We appreciate you. What you need is some sauce on your show. From now on, when you have these Democrats up there with their holier than thou approach, you can call Tony X. Let me come through and break a Democrat neck.
Turn now to the focus on the next man who could become the chairman of the House Intel Committee. That's California's Adam Schiff. Sean Duffy just referenced him. Now, if he becomes chairman, he's vowed to continue to search for the Russian collusion that so far nobody's been able to prove. I'm joined by former U.S. Attorney, Assistant U.S. Attorney, and Fox News contributor Andy McCarthy. Andy, now, if Schiff takes control of House Intel, what might we expect specifically?
I think we expect exactly what we heard from your last panelist until Michelle called her out on it, I think. What you're going to get is Let's look at the Trump Tower meeting.
Michelle didn't call her out on it. Michelle killed her on it. And how nice of this man to get completely dressed in such a beautiful suit, such a beautiful shirt and tie, sitting in his home office to talk to us regular Americans. I want to tell you that this is dedication. And I'm not even saying it to be funny. I'm saying it to tell you that this is dedication. Look at the books behind him. All of them must mean something. All of them must mean something. There's the bust of Abraham Lincoln sitting on top of 3 specific books. I know you're asking me, oh, Tone, how do you give a fuck about this? Why do you give a fuck about this? To me, it's important to look at those small details. Because when you look at the small details of people and whatever they allow you to have, it tells you a part of their personality and what they believed in. To have a bust of that size of Abraham Lincoln, if it wasn't given to him, it cost him some type of money to have. And I do believe that if anyone, rightfully so, if they do believe in the party of Abraham Lincoln, then they deserve my respect. So I'm just looking at everything, you know what I mean? And I'm appreciative that, he didn't just do a drop screen. I have one in my office. He could have just done that and could have just shot them in the feet right from there. But instead, no, he's giving you a part of his life, and I appreciate that.
Let's look at the financing behind Trump's business empire. Let's, in particular, look at the financing of his real estate aspect of his business. And of course, they'll say,
and we don't care. You know why we don't care? Because even if Trump did do some shit illegal, it's not like you can do something. He's the president. One, it's not like we give a fuck because we don't get no money off of that shit too. This is stuff that, if that's the case, if everything they're saying is true, if everything they're purporting right now is true, right? If that is the case, right? Then why didn't they stop Trump from getting in office initially? You got to make up your mind. You can't have it both ways. If all of these things are this, without a shadow of a doubt, proof of it, why is it not out there right now? Why did he even get to become president? It's because it's not true. It's full of shit. They're full of shit.
Say they need the tax returns for that. And, we'll be off to the races. That's what it'll be for however long it lasts. Although I think it'll be of great benefit politically to the president, but I don't think the country will like it very much.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll always overreach. They're going to try to tangle everything up and these tangential issues that will not help a single American have a job, hold a job, and raise wages. None of that's going to be accomplished. But it's Pavlovian at this point with the Democrats. It's like they're at the gates and they just want to, rush the gates and get this stuff done. Andy, I
want to take the suit to my Ralph Lauren, the purple label suit, to Men's Warehouse so they can hem it up and everything else. So they can get hemmed up. We're about to go. It's about time. We'll figure everything out today. We're gonna figure it all out. Okay.
Woo. I have to ask you about a report that came out
Shannon's lucky because when I took Shannon to get her clothes and everything was there for her already.
A few hours ago, John Solomon's piece in The Hill about FBI officials and DOJ officials who had been getting freebie trips to various foreign destinations. And one of the chief beneficiaries of these foreign trips, freebie trips, was Andrew Weissman, of course, who's one of the most senior people in the Mueller investigation. What's going on there?
Yeah, this has become a really big problem, Laura. I wrote about it a few months back when it came up in a financial fraud investigation in New York. This whole idea of the FBI and the Justice Department having this kind of incestuous relationship with the media, where they're trading information and they're getting favors out of it. They're getting tickets to sports events. They're getting, all kinds of benefits out of it. I don't know what they're doing at the Justice Department, but that ought to be item one that they're looking at.
Now, in The Hill, another great piece by John Solomon. Andy, thank you so much. And for more on why Trump won and how the GOP could do it again, grab a copy of my new paperback. It's Busting the Barricades, what I saw at the populist revolt in bookstores everywhere. And up next, the left's literal race to the bottom. See how one rap star is teaming up with the ACLU ahead of the midterms to smear our criminal justice system
Well, he's not even a rap star. Common is now an actor. One. Common had the illest black chick with the cake, with the fatty, on his team, and he couldn't even keep her Common, fuck out of here. No one believes you, family. I'm just going to tell you what it's here for.
Mean. Only for the people we care about? In a race to the very bottom, the left is making it clear the only thing that matters is what you look like, not what you stand for. That was the case when they tried to take down Kanye West in their attacks against white women. Now rapper Common is teaming up with the ACLU, claiming cops and the entire criminal justice system is based on white supremacy.
Now watch how I eat this alive.
Let's see, take a look.
How do we change an unjust system? A criminal justice system that for centuries has denied justice to our most vulnerable. A system born of white supremacy, racism, and discrimination, destroying families and devastating communities along the way. We vote.
Common. Whether you know it or not, since you're not aware, let me educate you. White supremacy was started by the Democratic Party, and it was once called Manifested Destiny. Okay? White supremacists are on the Democratic Party. Every time any black person, and even you in your rhymes, talked about the mistreatment that you face via white people, it has happened because of Democrats in areas in which you lived in. They all vote blue. If you want to do something about the fucked up criminal justice system, you shut the fuck up with this bullshit ass commercial and you go meet the president and you bring some fucking ideas like Kanye West did. Because all this commercial does is show just how much of a fucking coward you are. Nigga, I did 6 years in prison. So you're talking for someone that can talk for themselves. We don't fucking need you talking and making a commercial telling people to fucking vote when you have the opportunity to go to the White House and actually bring ideas and bring in-depth discussion to make change. Fuck you, Common.
Yeah, heck with that personal responsibility thing, Common. Joining me here in the studio, Herman Cain, a radio talk show.
See how easy I just killed that shit?
So candidate Richard Goodstein also is a former aide to both Bill and Hillary Clinton. Richard, let me start with you. Now, this has long been a tactic of the left, which is to...
Oh, wait, we're going to let this go. We're going to tag on that so we can make sure that we do this. Now, all of this stuff I'll do after the show when you guys are not paying attention. You can't see. I've been there. Oh, I definitely got some stuff to break down today, people. I got a few things up. Make sure if this pops
Go to race and the...
Make sure if this pops up on your feed that you, while you know, make sure you guys go in and you answer the survey for the president, man. Make sure you bump that approval rate. And this is how we help. All right? We go in there and we just handle shit. We don't worry about what the fuck some punk ass crybabies are gonna do. They ain't gonna do shit.
Days before an election. At the same time, Democrats claim that Republicans are the ones who have the race problem. The ACLU used to represent all people. Why is the ACLU teaming up with Common to claim that black cops are part of the racist system, Hispanic cops all throughout Texas, Arizona are part of the racist system? How does that unite America behind the Democrat Party?
Well, I think what we're seeing in this accusation about what the Democrats are trying to do.
I know this is kind of like animal abuse, but my female cat, she loves to be around me when I smoke weed. When I'm not smoking weed, she be trying to run from me and shit. But when I'm smoking weed be knowing.
Around race is part of a theme, whether it's immigration, impeach Trump, Kavanaugh. There's this kind of scare tactic. Even looking at these committee chairs.
That's a scare tactic.
Well, I'm saying the committee chairs, Maxine Waters, and all these black faces, and that's supposed to scare people who watch this show.
Whoa. Adam Schiff, Nina Lowey, Neil from Massachusetts. Don't see you are doing, and I love you. You know.
Nah, see, she stopped him. She should have let him go. So because he was further proving how racist the left is, and how they're only using black faces to send these messages of discourse. That's what he's doing. The motherfucker's telling you to go fuck shit up are black or a minority. No white Republican told you to go outside and break some shit up. No white Democrat told you to go outside and break some shit up. Aside from Hillary Clinton, and she's not white, she's the devil.
No, I love having you on. But you are doing exactly what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with race. I don't care what color you're skin.
Here's what it has to do with race. Anytime that people,
ridiculous,
if a black person criticizes Donald Trump, they're a dog, they're stupid, they're an idiot. Whether it's LeBron, whether it's NFL players, and whether it's Mitt Romney.
He didn't call LeBron a dog. He didn't call the NFL players a dog. He called them sons of bitches. And quite frankly, I'm not upset with him for saying that. Because they're doing some bitch ass shit. I think I don't know what he said about LeBron. Anybody know what he said about LeBron? I don't think he threw an insult at LeBron. I think that he kind of just like on some whatever with him, fuck him type shit. And I think that as a man, he gets to do that because people don't get to say shit about you and you don't get to say shit back at them. And people can't call you a racist and you can't call them a dog. Fuck it.
John McCain, they don't.
When are we gonna grow the fuck up? When the fuck do we grow the fuck up? You're calling this motherfucking man a racist. You are lucky if he's only calling you a dog. Because if it was me, I'd be calling you a lot worse. And I'm the president, you can do nothing about it. Nothing about it. You lucky that he's not a racist. Because if he was, then he would be running down on your fucking family members. Fucking up shit for your uncles and them niggas in the street still doing dumb shit. Because we know everybody black got somebody in their family doing something dumb. We got time for you dumb motherfuckers. You got motherfuckers like T.I. laughing fucking joke. This nigga puts a Melania in the Oval Office, but his fucking old lady is outside shaking her ass on Floyd Mayweather. I guess we got beef now too, huh, T.I.? Whatever, nigga. Really, whatever, nigga. I have no respect for you, man. And no disrespect to Tiny, because I don't want to bring her in it. But the shit is such a joke to me is ridiculous. Fucking hypocritical. The only beefs this man has is with black men. That's the only beefs this man has. It's with black men. That's the only beefs he's ever been in. Is with black men. That's the only thing he knows. Is self-destruct. He didn't have to agree with Kanye West. No one even asked him for his opinion. And if they did, he could have said simply, I don't agree with President Trump. I don't like President Trump. I don't agree with Kanye West going, but I don't know what the end results could be from this. Who knows with Kanye? Nope, that's not what he got. He joined people like Don Lemon, what we'll get into. But what I want to show you about Kanye is this.
Hey, bro.
That he's wearing a MAGA hat. He has little security with him. And although he may be shopping or whatever, watch how much love Kanye West gets with this MAGA hat on. I'm about to go to Lids, and I'm about to have them put MAGA on all my Bulls hats.
Kanye, what's the best song on your new album? Is there one in particular that you like the best?
I love all of them.
I love the Yeah album, man. That was a classic, man. I like the Wooden Leaf track. That's a good one.
Ooh, appreciate you. Thank you for being so simple.
No doubt, man. Take care, bro. Good seeing you.
No one is booing Kanye. No one is telling him to leave with his hat on. Kanye West went to the car to get something, came back to take a photo with a fan who didn't mind him having his MAGA hat on.
Kanye, do you have any thoughts about SNL holding back on you and not letting you speak what you wanted to say?
How did you feel about that?
I think they did you dirty, man. I think you're one of the most brilliant.
Do you see the love? This is a black man interviewing him.
Brilliant minds that's out there, and I think if they knew what was good for their ratings, they should have let you talk.
Not just good for their ratings, but also good for people. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they should have let you do your thing. I especially think because I feel like that's
Che, let's line up right here.
See that? Watch this.
You gonna hop on a scooter?
Yeah.
He's gonna take a picture with the kid. He's gonna take a picture. Okay, sure.
How many security do you see around Kanye? Do he look concerned about what these motherfuckers got to say? Not at all.
Yes, sir.
Che, organize it for them to be right here.
I love this brother, man.
Hey, all the little kids, they get 2 rows.
Everybody come right here.
2 rows. Guys, excuse me, can we get everybody behind
a little bit back? Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can we get everybody behind Kanye? All the kids behind Kanye, please. Are you guys going to get a picture?
Those look like a bunch of black kids that don't mind that MAGA hat.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is how you make America great again.
Let's get everybody in the picture. Everybody. There's a lot going on.
Alex.
She even thought that it was over. He was in his phone. He realized he was in his phone. He wanted the picture. Now that's amazing. It would seem as if all the hate against Kanye West isn't working.
Kanye, what's the occasion?
I'm a Honda. I got it. Can we get a few smile chairs? It's going in the
There's nothing more important than making people feel good. You can't do nothing greater. There isn't anything you can do greater aside from being a damn good parent than making others feel great. This is why they hate the slogan MAGA. Because they don't want people relying on people to do great things. The whole idea behind Make America Great Again is a slogan So Americans make Americans great again. So that there isn't anyone left out on what it is to feel like in America.
Let him finish with the pictures and then you can ask him.
Yes, sir. You got it. We gotta go. Kanye, what's the occasion that you're doing with the kids out here today, man? I've never seen you like this before.
Well, we meet with Big U.
Okay.
They gotta pay. Yo, okay. Big U, can you explain? Basically, he's got a football team.
Okay.
And a big program.
Yeah. What's
developing that?
We've done
everything with y'all already.
Okay. So
they came out to talk to me to discuss about helping the inner city and doing all kind of programs. We're doing a STEM program. We're gonna go forward with some stuff on directly affecting lives in each city. So we're gonna do stuff we're doing in Chicago. We're gonna do it here in LA.
Are these kids from LA or are these kids from Chicago?
No, these kids are right here from the Crenshaw.
So it would seem as if Hollywood got love for Kanye. Crenshaw got love for Kanye. Come on, people, man.
Oh wow, okay. Well, that's very nice of you. And we saw you posted on Instagram the other day. You were helping out that other young man that was homeless and all that. And
president.
And okay, that's very nice of you, man. That's very nice of you to see you doing the positive work in the community.
Also, Big U was explaining to me about how the gang violence was going down. So he explained we met with some people from Jim Brown's organization earlier with a curriculum that he's created, a.k.a. We're meeting with Big U right now to talk about how they were able to bring the violence down here. And he's giving me information on how we can apply that in Chicago, in my hometown also.
Okay.
So that's the thing. We got to deal with people that really are in the community doing positive. So one of the things I asked them, they had the different Adidas on. I said, "Does Adidas give you this?" And they said, "We love you too, bro." Now and they said that they having to pay for this. So what we feel is Adidas. I know we can definitely open up a factory.
Okay.
In the community.
Right.
Adidas can help show us how we can have jobs here in America. Like this is one of the reasons why I love this hat, is this idea of us building factories and having jobs here, because a lot of the clothes we buy are from China.
Right.
We promote where it's from, and that's no knock to China. I love China also. But the way we're going to make our country great is that we got to provide jobs and opportunities for people who don't have that end up doing activities that they shouldn't, that end up putting them into a slave situation, end up getting them locked up because they can't take care of their family or kids. So we here as an extension of when the president said he's going to be one of the best makers of jobs, I'm here on that same mission. I got that same vision. We're going to make jobs, and we can
doesn't seem
make cold clothes.
It doesn't seem as if he's unqualified.
Yeah.
It seems as if he's outside actually getting shit done.
Well, I'm the coldest designer.
It seems as if he's well aware that he's the fucking coldest as well.
You know what I mean?
What about the pastel? Are you going to come back with the pastel, or are you done with pastel?
I don't. Yes.
Okay, so pastel's done. So are we going to see
Crenshaw line?
Okay,
are we going to hold him to the Crenshaw?
So are there going to be American-made Yeezys? Is that what's coming soon?
Yes.
Now you understand. Snow, you can't stop Kanye West. Now I gotta get on something about this guy, Louis Farrakhan. If I don't do it, then I won't be real with myself. Black folks, I was once someone that once believed that Give me 1 second. No, let me get back to this though.
And anti-Semitic, Louis Farrakhan.
I once believed a lot of the things this man said till I got the opportunity to do some research. So let me let her speak, and I'm going to break it down.
Shared this message marking the 23rd anniversary of the Million Man March.
To the members of the Jewish community that don't like me, thank you very much for putting my name all over the planet. When they talk about Farrakhan, call me a hater. You know what they do? Call me an anti-Semite. Stop it. I'm anti-termite.
Okay. Now, this is a man who has recently shared a stage, by the way, with...
Now, I don't care that he shared a stage with Bill Clinton, or even that he took pictures with Barack Obama, and with the same breath turned around and told you Barack Obama wasn't shit for black people. Took a picture with him. We're not going to go over the obvious contradictories. I'm going to say some shit to Black America real quick before I get out of here so it can make some sense, though. The movement, the Nation of Islam, has always been taken serious. It has never been taken as a joke in the community, and it's always been given respect. But with all due respect, with all of the years that this establishment has been alive, and although there are things that were done for the black community, it was specifically done for those that were followers of the nation. It wasn't for those in general. This man boasts that he had a relationship with Gaddafi, who before he was killed was sitting on more gold than anyone knows what to do with. And this man, Gaddafi, didn't even loan him money to start a bank. He complains about the Jewish community, but the money and resources that he asks for, even in his quest for black purity, will come from Jews. All of the leaders that he boasts of having as friends, and even with the money that he's acquired and the wealth that he's had, he couldn't himself find it important to go to the World Bank and say, we have 5 million Americans. We have 20 million followers worldwide, with an annual tithe giving of 10%. We are roughly worth $500 million. We would like to open our own bank, and we're using our assets as collateral. Why is it important to have your own bank? Because then if you're going to talk shit about people, you don't have to go to those same people you're talking shit about and ask for help. When will we understand that you don't get help from people you alienate? The reason why the struggle will continue for this movement and this party is because the same people that they attack are the same people that is required to help with their uplifting. He knows it and I know. This community has done a great deal of good for blacks. He has every right to say anything foul he wants. It's his right to say it. I don't have to agree with it. Just like I don't agree with people that that have racist shit and they say it on my Instagram. I respect their right. I tell people when they're in this chat that they have the right to say whatever they want to me, just not to the people that are in my chat. Because then my moderators, my patriots, they're going to remove you. My hit squad will terminate you. But if you're calling me niggas and stupid and idiot, you can say all that shit. I'm never going to infringe upon your right to say it. And you're giving me views. I'm going to let you say the shit. So I can't beat him up for his speech, but I have to talk about his actions. Because they contradict exactly what it is that he says he stands for. He wants wealth, he wants land, he wants these things handed to him. All the while, they've had the potential to get it all on their own. To change infrastructures and do a great deal of it. But nothing has happened. It's power. And some people are comfortable in their own kingdoms. And as long as their kingdoms are comfortable and everything is well within their reach, then by all means they have no problems whatsoever with staying that way. Because they continuously have an enemy. And if you continuously have an enemy, you can continuously have a nation. But what blacks need to realize is that the only enemies we have is ourselves. Nothing good comes from hate. That's the reason why no one in that party in particular that we're talking about right now, as far as this nation is concerned, finds themselves better off than they was 2 generations ago. Blacks went from owning homes to sharing apartments to not even getting to move out. All the while still screaming the white man is the devil and not to eat pork. When chicken has more shit put in it than anything else on this fucking planet. The miseducation is serious, especially when you seek the education of those who are seriously miseducated themselves. No great king or leader has ever remained great by sitting down and doing absolutely nothing. With all the wealth that this nation has acquired, they've had more than enough to have and establish their own banking system. With that, I call the bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. She can't say what I can say. We can go to the hate of a people, but we already know he's wrong there. So I'll be beating the horse dead. Dead horse beating him. Because how many people are going to sit there and call him anti-Semite, or he's heard that all before. But no one's attacked him on the fact that he's had leadership of this nation for how long, and they don't have their own established banking system. How can in one breath you try to destroy a group of people's character in whole and in part, and knowingly know that it would take their help in order to actually rise your nation? You need someone to blame the failures on. In the same way you don't want to blame it on yourself, it's the same way the Dems don't want to blame it on themselves. You find someone you can blame it on that's absolutely not responsible for your current condition. Another reason why. He could have took the whole entire nation of Islam and turned them all into sovereign citizens. He could have turned the nation of Islam into a sovereign nation. Everyone involved could have rescinded their birth certificate, removed themselves from the United States corporation that we're known under the straw man's law. They could remove themselves from the straw man's law, taken the gold that would have been given to them, that their birth certificates would have been worth, and then he could have still went and got a bank. His own bank for his own nation. Spinning George, spinning Lincoln, spinning Abe, spinning Benjamin is something that he's not required to do. It's something that he chooses to do. He screams about a new world order. He screams about all of this shit, but he has no problem being integrated into a system that he claims oppresses the people that he plays a part of. I'm your worst nightmare. My name is Tony X. Fuck the other side, bitch. We don't care.